Slavery should be abolished because all people, both male and female, should be treated fairly and should never be separated by race or gender. If slaves were freed, then the majority of them would stay and work at the farms because the majority of them would be illiterate or not know what to do with their lives because farming is all they have done for their entire lives. They might not even be able to imagine anything else for themselves. It wouldn't be too difficult for the farmers because they would only have to pay them very little, and then everyone would be more willing to work on the plantations. Besides, England, my homeland, has already abolished slavery, and I feel very strongly that they are moving in the right direction towards the future, and we should join them before the resentment and hatred is permanent. Every person 18 or older should be counted as a full vote regardless of race, religion, or gender, so that all people are represented and our government has a fair system. Wasn't that the whole point of leaving Europe? For our people to have such freedoms and not have to follow one male with a singular opinion? It has also been very important to our people to have religious freedom, and it was a key reason to leave Europe. People should respect our religious beliefs even if they are not the same as their own. I was born in London, England in 1761 and was orphaned along with my adopted brother. At the age of 6, we lived on the streets, stealing and sleeping in alleyways. At the age of 10, I heard about passage to the colonies. By the age of 16, I had begun the journey to the colonies. With nothing to lose and no one to part with, the decision was of no hardship. When my brother and I arrived, we began to work for a master. He was very harsh and often starved us or gave us too much work, so that it was impossible to finish, and then he would refuse to feed us, saying we were worthless. After 8 years of this, we got our land and our freedom, and we have been shoemakers as of 1778.
All right. I think slavery should be abolished because it is causing too much harm. In 1663, the first slave rebellion took place in Virginia. They were armed with guns, ready to kill. Luckily, nobody got seriously injured. The slaves did this because they were being mistreated. Had they been treated as human and at least given proper treatment for their illnesses and wounds, this wouldn't have happened. Slaves often are not able to perform at their best when on the fields because of the treatment that they are given. They are often beat almost to the point of dying and passing out, and expected to go back out and continue working. If slaves weren't treated this way, but instead given jobs and treated like working people, the plantation owners would make more profit. The slaves are also encouraged to rebel against their owners because of all the terrible things done to them, including, but not limited to, rape, being degraded, being whipped, and much more. The rebellions would set back the harvesting and growing of the plants that the slaves were growing, which would make them lose money. I think it would just benefit everyone if slavery was abolished. And I think every citizen of America, regardless of gender or color, should be allowed to vote. If every citizen was allowed to vote, we would get diverse and different opinions. The different opinions from the different minds would make the choices that they voted on better suited to everyone who voted on it. This would make everyone happier, which would make the society more functional.
Amendment 1 about slavery. No man or woman of any race should be considered property and cannot be bought or sold. And then suffrage. No, any man or woman of any race without a criminal history is currently living in the colony shall have the right to one vote of their state.
Reshi, read yours.
No black nor white person shall be held against their will to do the bidding of another, nor shall they be treated as an animal or less than human. No human should be stripped of their rights, and anyone who does so to another will be persecuted.
Every citizen, black, white, male, or female, over the age of 18 or over the age, should be able to vote. Anyone who threatens or violates another's right to vote will be prosecuted.
Direct your questions to the person who read the amendments, because there's two different sets. Go.
This is for Reshi. I think you said no white or black person, but what about should be allowed to be kept as slave, but what about Hispanics or Asians?
By white or black, we mean anyone of any color. In this case, just white and black are the main issues, so we're addressing that specifically.
But don't you think some people might abuse that and a little?
That's true.
Anyone else? Okay, should we vote on Indy's amendments? Indy, reread them.
Yeah, sure. Slavery. No man or woman of any race should be considered property and cannot be bought. It cannot be bought or sold.
All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The yeas have it. Okay, second one.
Okay. Any man or woman of any race without a criminal history and is currently living in the colony should have the right to one vote of their state.
2. The nays have it. All right, Reshi, read yours.
No black nor white person shall be held against their will to do the bidding of another, nor shall they be treated as an animal or less than human. No human should be stripped of their rights, or anyone who does so to another will be persecuted.
All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. The nays have it. And the second one, Jody, read it.
Every citizen, black, white, male, or female, 18 or over, should be able to vote. Anyone who threatens or violates another's right to vote will be prosecuted.
All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a tie. You're gonna break the tie?
What?
Okay, that's a tie.
Wait, can
All
I
right.
change my vote to no?
Thank you.
I want to change my vote.